Major moves. We going all in, like we got nothing to lose. We making moves. We making major moves. We making moves. We making major moves. We making moves.
Warning, I'm not a financial advisor. Don't blame me or any other random person that gives you some money tips for any of your financial decisions. I provide information based on research that may guide you to taking a deeper look at a particular company. However, in no way am I suggesting to invest or not invest in that company. Your decisions are that of your own. I present information that is readily available on the internet, and I piece together the story to create and provide a more holistic concept to create a bigger picture. This information is for educational purposes only. Ultimately, I'm a guy in a Spider-Man mask, and you should not take financial advice or information from me. So today's video is going to be a special one. I'd like to thank you all for coming back to my channel, and today's going to be very, very fun. I believe it can be boring, but this should be fun if you're, have the mentality in mind like myself. This is going to be a conversation between Ripple, the BIS, the Bank of International Settlements, also known as the BCBS, and the FCA, Financial Conduct Authority. This will bring us up to speed to today for Ripple and the banks and the Conduct Authority. Let's jump into this. Oh, I want to say I took the time to make this here as well. This is my roadmap or my timeline for you guys to all the documents I'll be presenting to you today. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? I'll put that on my Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is @MrManXRP. Let's do this. Let's do this. This is a document that came out from Ripple, September 10th, 2021. All right, Miss Carolyn Rogers, Secretary General of the Bank of International Settlements, or the Basel Committee on Banking Supervision. Let's just see who they are. This is the Bank of International Settlements webpage, and the Basel Committee on Banking Supervision is the primary global standard setter for the prudential regulation of banks and providers, and provides a forum for regular cooperation on banking supervisory matters. Its 45 members comprise central banks and bank supervisors from 28 jurisdictions. Okay, so dear Ms. Rogers, Ripple welcomes the opportunity to comment on the consultative document on the prudential treatment of crypto assets exposures, the consultative paper. That would be this paper right here they're talking about. So let me show you how slick this is, all right? This is how you got to use your deductive thinking. Notice the date, September 10th, 2021. Notice the date, issued for comment by September 10th, 2021. They won't tell you that they were responding back to Ripple. Oh, no. No, they will not. They'll put a date. They're saying we are responding for comment by said date, not because of Ripple had replied to us. So, published by the Basel Committee on Supervision's BCBS on June 10th, 2021. Let's see if we have that one up as well. Not that one. Not that one. Okay, it's in there somewhere. It's in the mix. Just know that. Anyways, Ripple would like to thank the BCBS and its members for in-depth and comprehensive analysis that has been taken on this subject prior to publication of the consultation paper, including the statements and the risks associated with crypto assets published on March 2019. All right, on March 2019. Here we go. March 2019. Let's keep following the breadcrumbs left for us. The past few years have seen growth in crypto assets, while the crypto asset market remains. Pardon me. Let me get my timer going. These are. Oh, I can't. My phone doesn't allow the face without the mask on here. Maybe I should open my phone with my mask too. Nothing wrong with that. There we go. Just time myself. All right. Well, the crypto market remains small relative to that of the global financial system. The banks currently have very limited direct exposures. The committee is of view that the continued growth of crypto assets, trading platforms, and new financial products related to the crypto asset has the potential to raise the financial stability concerns and increase risk faced by banks. Is that so? While crypto assets are at times referred to as cryptocurrencies, the committee is of the view that such assets do not reliably provide the standard functions of money and are unsafe to rely on as a medium of exchange or store of value. Oh, is that so? We'll find the truth. We'll find the truth. We will pull it from these guys. Just pull that shit right out of them. Pardon my language, but we're going to get the answers from these guys. Ripple submitted a response to the 2019 subject discussion paper on March 13th, 2020. They did, didn't they? Let's see what that has to say. Here they go again. Right there, March 13th, 2020. Ripple welcomes the opportunity to comment on the Basel Committee on Banking Supervision discussion paper designing a prudential treatment for crypto assets. And again, we had gone through that. That's this one right here. Consultative document, prudential treatment of crypto assets. All right, we're just following what they're laying out for us. That is it. Ripple seeks to drive the efficient globalization of value through multiple initiatives with financial services and open source committees. RippleNet, our enterprise software solution, which is powered by a standardized application programming interface and built on the market-leading and open standard Interledger Protocol. That's ILP. Remember these acronyms. Enables financial institutions to facilitate faster and less costly cross-border payments, demonstrating that interoperability between commercial financial institutions can make payments truly efficient, particularly in eliminating and the uncertainty and risk historically involved in moving money across border using interbank messages alone. In addition, Ripple offers these entities an on-demand liquidity capability which leverages XRP. Only XRP is going to be used in this, just so you're aware. A digital asset native to XRP Ledger, or the XRPL, a distributed ledger platform as a bridge between fiat currencies, further reducing the friction and cost for commercial financial institutions to transact across multiple global markets. Although Ripple utilizes XRP and the XRPL in its product offerings, XRP is independent of Ripple. Ripple leverages XRP for use in its product suite because XRP's suitability for cross-border payments. Key characteristics of XRP include speed, scalability, energy, efficiency, and cost. It means it's going to be cheap for all of us on this already. The benefits of which will be passed on to the customers. That's us. And will help reduce friction in the market for cross-border payments. All right. So what's this tier talking about now? What is this talking about? This is the June one I was talking to you guys here. June 2021. And this is Ripple right here. They just call them dates, not names. So where Ripple is coming in on this one and commenting now. Whoops. Scroll back up here. Right here. The two different types of crypto assets that BIS is concerned with. Group 1A crypto assets, tokenized traditional assets, is a crypto asset or stable coin backed by fiat currency. Group 1B crypto asset has a stabilization mechanism, so it's pegged to something like gold, silver, an asset of sorts. Certain types of Group 1 crypto assets, Group 1B, may not confer the same level of legal rights as ownership as traditional assets, meaning this has more weight to it, a risk-weighted asset, RWA they call it, but may seek to link the value of a crypto asset to the value of a traditional asset or a pool of traditional assets through a stabilization mechanism. Crypto assets under this category must be redeemable for underlying traditional assets, i.e., cash, bonds, commodities, and equities. Cool. Very, very interesting. Let's keep going. I have some highlights here. I have the actual document here that I was reading. I'm going to scroll through here. Ripple respectfully encourages BCBS to develop and implement a prudential treatment of crypto assets that is proportionate to the risk posed by this sector to the financial system as a whole. The consultation paper notes that crypto asset markets remain small relative to the size of the global financial system, and banks' exposure to crypto assets are currently limited, as highlighted in Figure 1 below. That's this one here. Data gathered from the Bloomberg News reporting indicates that of the 10 internationally active global systemically important banks, the G-SIBs. What's a G-SIB? That's not it. That's not it. This is the G-SIBs here. Just so you guys know, all right, the G-SIBs framework, executive summary. During the Great Financial Crisis, the failure of impairment of a number of large, globally active financial institutions created enormous stress in the financial system and harmed the real economy. The public sector interventions to restore financial stability at the same time demonstrate the need to put in place measures to reduce the likelihood and severity of the failure of a global systemically important financial institution. To that effect, the official community developed new requirements for G-SIFIs, starting with global systemically important banks. To reduce the probability of failure of G-SIFs, the Basel Committee, the BIS, increased the going concern loss absorbency of G-SIBs through an assessment methodology and related higher loss absorbency. So that's what HLA is, higher loss absorbency. Jumping back now to Ripple. This is what we're looking at here now. The Bank of England Deputy Governor John Cunliffe reiterated this point in July 14th, 2021 interview, indicating that the speculation boom on crypto is very noticeable, but I don't think it's crossed the boundaries into financial stability risk, and also that were we to start to see those links develop, were we to start to see it move out of retail more into wholesale and see the financial sector more exposed, and I think you might start to think about risks in that sense. All right, let's hear what he has to say.
Essentially non-replicable strings of computer code that can be owned and transferred without intermediaries. Bitcoin, of course, is the most prominent example, but there are now nearly 8,000.
I wanted to show you this part here because Bitcoin is useless.
Unbacked crypto assets in existence. They have no intrinsic value. That is to say, there are no assets, no cash flows or commodities behind them. The value of the crypto asset is determined solely by the price a buyer is prepared to pay.
And you can tell he's reading something too. Just watch his eyes, watch his facial expression, watch his body language. He's not talking normally like you and I are exchanging conversation right now. But he's putting down Bitcoin. There is no intrinsic value. Bitcoin gets its value based off of buying and selling and being in the market itself. Whereas if you have a risk-weighted asset, something like XRP, something like XLM, something that has a peg value to it, has a risk-weighted asset to it, that's where its value is derived from.
At any given moment. As a result, of course, their value is highly volatile. Bitcoin's price movements have, for example, been 12 times more pronounced than those of the S&P 500. For this reason, the main use of unbacked crypto assets is for speculative investment. Some, like Bitcoin, also have limited issuance and therefore claim to be a hedge against inflation.
Lies.
Although originally mooted as a means of payment, the volatility of their value makes unbacked crypto assets generally unsuitable for making payments.
Gold is a hedge against inflation. Gold holds its value and slowly creeps up. It's a slow, silent killer here. Bitcoin is not a hedge against inflation. If it was, it wouldn't have dropped 50% of its value.
Except, of course, for criminal purposes. Attitudes to unbacked crypto assets, however, do appear to be shifting. In the UK, fewer holders now say they see them as a gamble, and more see them as an alternative or a complement to mainstream investment. Around half of existing holders say they will invest more. And while retail investment predominates in this market, there are signs of growing institutional interest, with institutional investors now thinking about whether to have crypto in their portfolio.
Awesome. So there he states what we were just talking about. Keep going down. Keep going down. Here they're talking about group 2 crypto assets. Is this it? This is it here. So, in line with global practices, we recommend that there be clear distinction between payment tokens, utility tokens, and security tokens as outlined below. Payments or exchange tokens to describe non-fiat native digital assets that are used as means of exchange and have no rights that may be enforced against any issuer. Utility tokens to describe those digital assets that create access rights for availing services or a network usually offered through a blockchain platform, and security tokens to describe tokens that create rights mirroring those associated with traditional securities like shares or debentures, security-based derivatives, and collective investment schemes. It's also important to account for hybrid tokens, such as tokens that are used as a means of exchange and also create access rights, which is the approach that the FCA has considered in the UK. So the FCA has considered in the UK. Where is that? Right here. All right. So we're going to page 8 down here, paragraph 2. Follow my mouse. We're going to page 8, paragraph 2. Right here. Page 8, paragraph 2. Page 11, 10, 9, 8, paragraph 2.7. Tokens may have mixed features that may overlap with the above categories or change over time. For example, Ether can be used as a means of payment exchange token on the Ether platform and can also be used to run applications. Utility tokens, XRP has similar features. Okay. We may have undertaken other work on crypto assets and related investment products, including, and then they go in to discuss that. Here they talk and have outsourcing information as well, which is what we're doing right now. Where are we at? All right. So in following the timeline, that's the prudential paper. Yep. That's the prudential treatment of crypto assets, December 2019. They're talking about right here. Features of crypto assets and their potential source of values. In considering the appropriate prudential regulatory treatment of crypto assets, a natural starting point is to consider the defining features of such assets. This chapter outlines some of the main technological and economic features of crypto assets. It assesses the different underlying sources by which crypto assets derive their perceived value. It also reviews additional dimensions that could potentially impact the risk profile of different crypto assets. So here they start to break it down, the different types of crypto assets and the risks behind them. Ripple. March 13th, 2020, had responded back to the BIS again from that paper we were just reading. Ripple welcomes the opportunity to comment on the Basel Committee on Banking Supervision, designing a prudential treatment of crypto assets. That's what we were just reading here. All right, see the top there? All right, designing a prudential treatment for crypto assets. That's what we're just reading here. Ripple is a technology company that provides efficient solutions to send money globally. It is not a virtual currency or crypto asset, as that term is used by BCBS in its discussion paper. Using blockchain technology, Ripple allows financial institutions to process payments instantly, reliably, cost efficiently, and with end-to-end visibility anywhere in the world. In fact, Ripple was recently featured as the only blockchain company in a list of top 100 cross-border payment providers. With over approximately 300 customers as of the date of this letter, Ripple software products allow financial institutions to send money globally on a real-time basis at a fraction of the cost of traditional services available to market participants. Let me read that one part again. Ripple is a technology company that provides efficient solutions to send money globally. It is not a virtual currency or crypto assets. It is not a virtual currency. Is that so, huh? That's interesting. So we were talking about ODL earlier, on demand. This is where here Ripple expands on-demand liquidity to nearly 40 payout markets, adds machine learning capabilities. And I find it interesting that they state that they are not a virtual currency. What Ripple is, I'll show you this now. They're not a virtual currency is correct. They're not a means of exchange to buy and sell, pops and chips and shit like that. On November 23rd this year, 2022, last year, they came out with this. The global stablecoin race is on. And where does the global stablecoin come from? Where does that term even come from? Let's see exactly where it comes from. Up here you have the Federal Reserve. Here you have FSB, which is the Financial Stability Board. These are the individuals who make high-level recommendations. Come on, let's load up here. Here we go. Global stablecoin. They are a global stablecoin, not virtual currency. So that's why they're in the SEC being sued right now. They are there to settle the terms of they're not a currency, however they are a currency. What was it again? How did it go again? Where was it? Not that, not that. Where is it? I know you guys know what I'm looking for here. We were just discussing it. Okay. Anyways, where they were talking about the 3 different aspects of it, of XRP. Right there. Payment of exchange tokens, utility tokens, and security token. XRP encompasses all 3 of these. In one of these BIS documents, they state that they're going to look at this coin here, XRP coin, or global stable coins as a whole, all-encompassing for what it has, as well as for its individual functions. So not just a medium of exchange, not just a store of value, not just the fact that it does smart contracts, not just the fact that it has side chains, not just the fact. There are so many things that the XRP on the XRP does. So they're going to look at that for individual characteristics. When it's all said and done, you will see an appointee from the SEC within Ripple, or working for Ripple, or working with Ripple. You will see an appointee from the CFTC working with Ripple or for Ripple as well. And I know this because Ripple states this in their own documents, in their policy framework. Let's do this here. Live search.
Welcome to Excel Magic Trick number 930.
Here we go. Ripple policy framework. No, you're not gonna show? Oh, I see how you go. Is this it here? This is it here. This is it here. Where they state that through the Eliminate Barriers to Innovation Act, they state that this is Ripple, right? This is Ripple right here. The bill, which requires the establishment of a collaborative working group consisting of appointees from the SEC and the CFTC, as well as representatives from fintech companies, financial firms, small businesses, passed the House and remains pending in the Senate. So this is already past the House. They've already passed this in the House. Now it's just going to the Senate. Once this is adopted, Ripple will have appointees from SEC and CFTC. I don't make up my own shit. I just follow the breadcrumbs. And I hope you guys do the same. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Making major moves. We going all in. Like we got nothing to lose. We making moves. We making major moves. We making moves.